My father flipped on me. Don't call, don't visit. Those are the words of Shanon Biles, the biological mother of Olympic gymnast Simone Biles, as she reveals a painful family conflict that developed when she was forced to give the Olympian up for adoption to her own father and stepmother. The biological mother of Simone Biles is bursting with pride and knew the world champion gymnast would take the Olympic gold in Brazil. But Biles is seeing the 19-year-old superstar gymnast compete far from the electric excitement of the Rio Olympic arena in Brazil. Instead, she watched Simone compete from her terraced house in a peaceful neighborhood of Columbus, Ohio. It's been a difficult road for Shanon, 44, to develop a relationship with her superstar daughter. Simone and the Final Five Team USA gymnasts made history as they took home the gold medal in Rio for the women's team Olympics finals. The diverse squad dominated the Olympics, and this is their second straight gold medal for the women's team's finals. They have also earned the best medal output for a U.S. Olympic team. To backtrack a little, Simone was 6 when she was adopted, along with her younger sister Adria, by her maternal grandfather Ronald Biles and his second wife Nellie. Shannon's eldest boy and girl, Tavon and Ashley, were taken in by Ronald's sister, their grandaunt. Her family were forced to step in when the courts determined that Shanon could no longer take care of her 4 children due to her drug and alcohol addictions. Their children had spent their early years in foster care in Ohio. It would be 6 years before Shanon would see her children again. It was a decision made by her father Robert, on which she now admits she did not take well. Shanon exclusively told media outlets that when we signed the adoption papers, it was like my dad flipped the switch on me. No communication. Don't call, don't visit. That's how it was at the beginning. It took me 6 years before I saw my children again. I was respecting my dad and let the kids transition. I felt that was the best thing for them. It was hard to give up my kids, but I had to do what I had to do. I wasn't able to care for them. I was still using, and he didn't want me coming in and out of their lives when I wasn't right. I was hard-headed and didn't care. I screamed, "I want to see my kids! Why are you doing this to me?" I didn't understand it at the time, but years later I understood why. I had to deal with me first. In an interview with TMZ Sports, Shanon revealed that she felt her character was being defamed. Quote, "Because I know what happened, I was struggling back then, but I've gotten better. Life goes on, and that's my past. And that's where it should be left at, the past." Shanon also feels that her father was harsh in the way he described her battle with drug and alcohol addiction in an interview. "I'm his firstborn, and I felt that he could have been more classy with it, Really. He didn't have to put me under the bus like that. I mean, I did go through my struggles and everything. She's saying this while she's shaking her head no, but you didn't have to go through it like that. You didn't have to go through it like the way you went through it." Simone Biles, that's the gymnast, her biological father, Kelvin Clemens, also fought his own addictions. According to Shanon, they met when they were teenagers in Ohio. Mr. Clemens, who lives in Cleveland and does not communicate with Simone, but Shanon speaks with him from time to time on the phone. Their talks usually revolve around how well Simone and the rest of the children are doing as they grow up. He called me just Sunday. I said, "I'm watching Simone." "Are you watching her?" "Are you watching her?" "Call me back later." He knows that's his daughter, and he's very proud of her. Shanon told media outlets that since Simone is now a young adult, she would like to share with Simone about that nightmarish period in her life. "When I talk to Simone, it's a brief conversation like, 'I miss you, I love you, I can't wait to see you, I'm proud of you, I'm watching you, you go girl.' It's never anything personal. I want to tell her what really happened when I was younger, but I keep on waiting for the right time. My dad and his wife, they don't let me talk about it, and I want to keep the respect. I don't want to overstep my boundaries with my dad because I appreciate everything he has done." Shanon also spoke of her deep admiration for her father's second wife, Nelly, who is a Garifuna woman from the Central American country of Belize. It takes a hell of a woman to raise her husband's child's children. I am very blessed and thankful for that. It was the right thing at the time, Shanon said. Shannon's life has improved in recent years, and she says that she has been sober since 2007. She works as a home health help aide in a private residence taking care of 4 elderly people. Her 2 youngest children live with her. Her older 4 children, including Simone, were raised elsewhere, obviously. And she's close with the father of her 2 youngest children, Michael Walker. Shanon said, I'm doing fine. I'm working. I'm blessed. And I have my children with me. I've come a long way. I've struggled, but I've made it through the storm. But Shanon aches for a closer relationship with her elder children, and she feels she owes them a talk from her perspective about her past. She explained, there's a lot of stuff I want to talk to Simone about, but I've been respecting them, Ronald, my father, and Nellie, his wife. I feel like I have no rights. They were raising her. They were working with her, doing this and doing that. And who am I? I'm on the outside looking in. Even though I'm her biological mom, I have to respect my father and his wife. Simone and Adria were raised in the small town of Spring, Texas. That's just outside of Houston. I believe it's a suburb of Houston, Texas. And they came to call their grandparents mom and dad. The Biles, Ronald and Nellie Biles, enrolled her in gymnastics after she became enthralled with the sport. Simone Biles is currently the 3-time reigning world champion and holds the world record for the most gold medals, 10, won by a female world gymnast in the history of the world championships. Shanon added that Simone has always been running and climbing and jumping. From the time she was little, she was climbing the monkey bars. She's just humble. It's like it's nothing to her because it's in her blood. That's what she was meant to be and meant to do. It's always been in her. According to Shanon, all of her 6 children were into sports, and that she herself played basketball, volleyball, and soccer as a child and teenager. She also competed in track and briefly did gymnastics. The football and basketball trophies of her 2 youngest, Tehran, 12, and 9-year-old Shania, are proudly displayed in her dining room. Ashley, Shannon's oldest daughter, lives in Columbus, Ohio, with her 7-year-old daughter, Nakari. Shannon's son, Tevin, who's 21, is in the Army. The last time Shanon spoke to Simone was approximately 7 weeks ago. We were briefly on the phone, but she's been very busy. We spoke right before she went to camp to prepare for the Olympics. I spoke to her and Adria. I said, I love you. I'm proud of you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. She said, I love you too. Shanon said she would have loved to have seen her daughter compete in the Olympics, but she couldn't afford to travel to Rio. Ronald and Nellie have made the journey along with Shannon's younger brother and his wife. I couldn't afford it, and it's a lot of pressure for her. You always have a bond with your child, but with us not growing up together, I didn't want to make her nervous, get her out of character. I'm just here yelling, "Go Simone!" at the TV. Shanon Biles held an Olympic viewing party for family and friends and keeps Simone's special K-Box right in the kitchen. The gymnast is sponsored by Kellogg's and got her very own limited edition cereal box cover in June. Shanon said, at work, they know all about it and can't believe that's my daughter. I'm always saying, watch my baby, watch my baby. Once I tell them and they start researching, then they know about my past and they come back to me saying, you used to be like that? But I'm not that person anymore. Judge me on who I am today. Shanon and Simone last met in 2014 when Simone competed and won a gold in vault and floor events at the P&G Championships in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Prior to that, they were together on a family cruise back in 2010. The 44-year-old Shanon Biles would like to see her relationship with her daughter develop, but is conscious of her commitments. I'll see her when I see her. I'd like to pick up the phone, talk, go out to lunch if that's what she wants. but I don't want to be hawking her and stalking her because she's a champion of the world. She's my daughter. I can have her anytime. And there's one thing Shannon is certain of, and that's which gymnast will be at the top of the podium. She's bringing home the gold, baby, Shannon said. And Simone sure did bring home the gold. At the time of this recording, Simone's 4 gold medals and 1 bronze medal in the 2016 Rio Olympics. Well, that's what she won. With that, Simone Biles now has 19 Olympic and World Championship medals. With that, Simone Biles ranks as the most decorated American gymnast. Simone Biles is also the first American gymnast ever to win the Grand Slam of all-around titles. That's the U.S. National Championships, the European Championships, the World Championships, the World Cup / the American Cup, and the Olympics. By winning 5 medals in the Olympics, Simone Biles has tied the record of most medals won by an American gymnast in a single Olympics. Mary Lou Retton won in 1984, Shannon Miller in 1992, and Nastya Liukin in 2008. With 4 Olympic gold medals, she has set a new American record for most gold medals in women's gymnastics at a single games. Ayo.